Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be like a bait maker's vlog, whatever in the world you want to call it. I'm making some salmon eggs for when I'm going trout fishing here in May. I have it's a really ugly mold, but bass tackle, 50 cavity, I think it's the .55 of an inch, I think is what that is, which is a little big. I'm not a fan of how big it was. I didn't realize how big it was till I bought it. But it's an ugly mold because I tried to do infant pour frogs inside it, frog eggs. So like you gotta put the dots in and everything. But it was on the griddle when it got all nasty. But this color we're starting with 3 cups, or 3/4, it was I don't know. When I pumped it out, it said 3/4 cup of plastic salt, but it's at a cup, so not really sure. But it's just gonna be straight dead on red rum. So that's already heated up, right temp. Your plastic salt has to, well, for dead on plastics, it has to reach 350. When it reaches 350, it passes something called a gel phase, which is where it goes from liquid to a gel. And if you get in between that, you'll get a sticky, gooey mess. Okay, 30. I got an extra drop in there that I didn't want. Looks like it already sank. I got the most of it up. Hey, so this looks really dark and... Okay, it's not in focus, or not in the frame. But when you pour it out, it has like this nice pink sheen to it, red and purple. So it's almost like a chameleon, although it's they don't have it listed as a chameleon color, but it is a amazing color. Normally when you get trout, or salmon eggs, sorry, they're like a blood red almost like that. Bright blood red. But I like this dead on red rum, so I'm going to use this. And I'm also going to show you a few ways that you can scent your baits. I'll also have one of those daily test colors at the end of this. This is what I'm going to be doing. I'm also going to do no flake in it, just pure red rum. I'm going to be doing like 300 of them. It's a 50 cavity, so I have no idea how many shots that is. Oh, 6 times, which you can kind of speed up. Yeah, looks good. I'm going to reheat that and degas it, and I will meet you back when that's all done. Okay, got it degassed and reheated. Right there. So, when I was degassing it, I started having these big bubbles, which is what I like. I like having the bigger bubbles that pop because then I know all the micro ones are gone. But it was such a big bubble that it burst up onto the lid. I'm pretty sure it's because I got it so hot. I accidentally got it to 410 degrees. When it was out of the microwave, I had it set for a minute, and I was going to stop it at 30 seconds and let it cool down a little bit and then finish it. What I mean by cool down is with my old microwave, it is terrible when it comes to cooking even. So I just take it and fan the door after 30 seconds for like 5 seconds, then set another 30 seconds. because the power level seems to be different when it does 30 seconds, even though it says that it's still at power level 10. I don't believe it. And also, everybody's microwave is different. So, like, if your bait making buddy tells you, oh yeah, I just put 1 cup in for 4 minutes, I wouldn't try that for your first time. I would start with a minute or 2 minutes, and then start down to 30 seconds if you do 1 whole cup. If you're doing like a half cup, start with probably 1 minute would be safe for any microwave. And if it's still not done, start doing 30 seconds. And then for the next time, let's say it took you a total of 2 minutes and 30 seconds after you started doing the 30-second intervals. Try doing a full 2 minutes after that, or something like that, and you'll be able to narrow it down to a fine point. Because mine takes 4 minutes for that. And when you're doing like lots of injections of the same thing, when you push the extra plastic out of the injector, don't push fast, because it will give the bubbles time to pop in air and also on top of the plastic. You'll probably have to degas still for the first 3 times of reusing that color. It's usually what I have to do, and then after the 3 times, it seems to be going pretty good. Okay. This mold is not cooled the whole way. Like 100% not cooled the whole way. But I have cold water since I'm doing a lot. So what I'll be doing... Okay, I still might want to let that cool down a little bit. I don't know. No, it should be good. Should be gelled up enough. The cold water just like jump starts the curing process. So once I take them out and take them off the runner, I'll be throwing them into the water. And these little bolts, they're from Fat Guys Fishing. I just took them off my ice fishing molds and put them on here. Alright, that looks good. Man, there was stuff in some of the top cavities. There we go. There they are. And then I don't know how well light comes through, but you can see how they get kind of like pinkish and brighter in the light. Just pop them off. I still leave mine in chains, because every now and then I'll put 2 on a hook instead of just 1. I mean, some people even put the whole chain on, but... And if you're new and don't know what a chain is that. Just the 5 right there. Although some mold companies, they'll put like 10 or 20 in a chain. Those ones I would probably break down into 10 long chains or 5 long chains, because I would never use like 20 at once. Unless that's like a challenge or something. But and room temperature water works too. You just want something that's a bit cooler than your baits. And probably the next salmon egg mold I'll get, I think I'm gonna try some of the ones from Epic Bait Molds. I unfortunately don't have any of their molds, or else right now I'd be using one of them to show you. But they have some really cool like production panfish. They have like 20 cavity production panfish. I mean, they're still for the home bait maker, they're not for selling. I mean, you still can sell them, but they're not like the big factory production ones. They're just, I don't know how to explain it. high cavities. They do have low cavities. They have like 10 cavities and 4 cavities and stuff like that. But their molds are really high quality. They are always shiny. They always send you stickers, you know, well, almost every company does that you'll buy from. Loreworks doesn't send you one in every pack, but you get a lot of stickers. Decorate your microwave. It's what just about every person does in the bait making world. But, and Loreworks and Fat Guys Fishing has some pigments too. Lorecraft, Dead on Plastics, Loreworks. I don't know of any other ones off the top of my head. There's probably plenty more. I mean, when I started, I didn't even know about Fat Guys Fishing or Epic Bait Molds. Oh, Epic Bait Molds also has colors, if I didn't say that. I don't know. But I'm gonna get this all reheated, re-lubricate my injector because I haven't since yesterday. I could use it. And one way to make these heat up faster, your plug, just like rip them into thinner pieces because they're most likely hollow. They seem to like hollow up or wrinkle in the middle. So you can just rip them pretty easily. Just lets them heat up easier and faster. Hey, I'll meet you back with that. I might do a few shots off camera until I get it down to the point where I don't have to degas it anymore and just reheat it where it's faster. But I'll meet you back soon. Okay, this is only the second time injecting. I didn't vacuum part it this time. It didn't look like it needed it to me, so hopefully it worked. And I don't see any bubbles. I see slight denting on one right there. You can see that doesn't fit in the mold right, but they're all bubbles. With salmon eggs this big, it's hard because it has a lot of cavities to fill, so you really got to be careful when you're going slow. Okay, there's one with a few bubbles. Nothing major that I won't fish with, so. I am eventually going to be building a testing tank for some of these to show like how slow they I guess sink down to the bottom, or like some of my wooden baits that I'm working on, testing them and stuff, or if I get custom molds and everything. So I'm going to shoot this one more time. And I'm just going to go to 150 because I only put 20 or 25 in each container. So I don't think I need more than 5 containers. Because if I went the whole way to 300, I would have 6 or 12 containers. So I'm going to do that one more time, and then it will be on to the test color, which I'm still thinking of. Haven't really figured it out. Okay, third injection. I don't even know if I have enough plastic to do this. I mean, I pretty much am running out of plastic. And I think I just ran out. But test color's heating up already. You're gonna need no pigment. I mean, you can get pigment. I'll show you a way to tweak it with pigment, but you necessarily don't need it. Yeah, that ran out. I feel like my plastic just magically disappeared because, like, I wasn't expecting to run out of plastic. And if you don't believe me that I ran out, I ran out. There's nothing left. So, well, I actually think all the cavities might have filled because the whole thing is pretty warm. I'll meet you back when that's cooled down to unmold it. Demold it, I mean. Okay, mold cooled down. Plastic's almost done. Okay, yep. So it looks like we only got 2 chains out of this. Oh shoot. These 2 are the only good ones. These all have denting and then filled bubbles and bubbles and bubbles. So there might be enough left in this to do like, now which 2 were those? It was that one. That one. Maybe a crawl. You could get like 1 ecto crawl, or if you have like a single cavity mold or a 2 cavity mold with like a tiny runner, where it's pretty much just the sprue. There's not really a runner to it, or just a runner, whatever you want to call it. You might be able to condense that down in, but there's really nothing left of that. So pretty efficient on plastic. Okay, test color. Plastic's heated up. You are going to need glitter. Just everything else on your table, just take your arm and knock it all off. You're gonna need, I mean, technically you don't need, but you're gonna want, oh jeez, tiny glitter. Your favorite color of tiny glitter. I'm not going blue. I'm going gold. You know, we're going gold. We're going fancy. And get some a bit bigger. Maybe 0.35, 0.035, 0.15, 0.015, or 0.040. That's a terrible focus, but you get the point. I'm going to put a little bit of hologram in. If I had silver, I would use silver, but I don't. So, and some orange. Now, I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this color. One's without pigment. The next one will be with, like, some pigment. You'll see. So just stay tuned for that. Okay, you're going to need measuring spoons. Kind of obvious. We're working with lots of glitter. Go ahead, 1 cup. Just get your 1/16 of a teaspoon out. Because we're just going to make this go. Now, I wish that, like, went everywhere, but I wish I had some of that 0.004, because that stuff is pretty much powder and you can use it as pigments pretty much. And if you're working with anything smaller than 0.008 or 0.008, you might want to turn your fan down to a low setting, because it could really blow your stuff everywhere. And I might have to reheat this because all that glitter just got stuck together. And I'm going to be doing this in salmon eggs. Just going to stay with the same pattern. And if you have any plastic contaminants, take those out. So like any dirt or anything. I had a fly in mine. Actually looks kind of cool when I took it out, but okay, got that all mixed in. Now we're gonna go with hologram. I only want a tiny bit of this. This is for like texture. Yeah, we're gonna go with a, no, we'll go with a, yeah, never mind. Going with a 1/64th of a teaspoon. So this thing is tiny. I mean, you're only at max getting 100 little pieces of glitter. Now that I said that, that was stupid. Why did I go with something so tiny? I make 50 salmon eggs at once. Okay, so use a 1/20 or 1/32 of a teaspoon. Don't go that small because you can't really get enough glitter in it. Well, I can't because I'm doing salmon eggs, so I have to really like aggressively stir this because the bubbles are making it really hard to stir. Because they like cool down by the time I get the glitter in it. Okay, there we go. Got that in. Now for the orange. since the orange is kind of going along with the color, we're gonna do both of these. We're gonna go 1/64th and 1/32nd. Might sound stupid, but I like precise measurements, especially since I sell these. So, and there's nothing that's a 64th mixed with a 32nd, so not really a thing. It would have to be a 3/64th. That's a drill bit, not a measuring thing. And I got all that glitter stuck together again. Okay, I'm gonna reheat that. I'll meet you back because I can't mix that in. Oh, and make sure you seal your tiny bags, because if you watched yesterday's video, if you didn't, go watch that, but I spilled like a quarter of that bag on the floor. That was magnificent. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you are subscribed, thank you for the support. By the end of this year, I'm trying to make it to 1,000 subscribers. I'm at 30, 31, somewhere around there. I don't remember off the top of my head, but please consider subscribing, and if you liked it, please like the video. And if you have any suggestions, comment below, and I will always be looking and doing your suggestions. But I will meet you back when that is warmed back up. Okay, plastic's all heated up, degassed, it's all ready. And as you can see, it's kind of yellow, but that's just from the tiny stuff. Oh, and I got something magnificent. I caught a little fly in the plastic. I might keep that. That's pretty cool. I don't even know how I did that. I didn't even know that fly was there until I saw a smashed fly and a bunch of plastic. Now there's one on the injector. Am I like burning these things out of the air or something? It must be falling from the lights above me. Okay. So the other way you could do this is take, hold on. Had to run and grab my pigment, but take, well, chrome yellow wouldn't work. Sorry, let me go get another one. Okay, chrome yellow is like a white base, so it's too thick, but amber. Do literally 1 to 2 drops of that, and that will give you that same tint of yellow. Just at thinner areas, it wouldn't be see-through. Like, it wouldn't be perfectly clear. Had to run and blow my nose, but if you would like to buy these salmon eggs, any other baits, or see this color in another bait and buy it, or questions, suggestions, anything, I'll put my email up on the screen when I display all the finished baits. So this is good. I can open this up, even though I just topped off the sprue. It's good. It didn't need that. I'm gonna hopefully be getting a mold sometime around, not next week, but the week after, so like near the end of April. Oh yeah, that color is awesome. that one looks kind of orange. It's just from the reflection of the orange color on the other side. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. So, uh-oh, I got air bubbles. I'll just reuse them. But you can see I didn't top off, so this is why I got air bubbles. The salmon eggs, here, these guys were still sucking in plastic, but I didn't top it off out in time. So you can see the air there, and you can follow it, so that's not in focus, follow it the whole way down to where I pulled it off. But just pull those two off, or actually don't pull them off, just leave them on the runner, because you're gonna reuse the runner anyway. And if you ever have rejects that you can't reuse because it's not the same, like it got color on it or something, save those, don't throw those away, because you can use them to like clean it. If you pour it out while it's hot on like your table, some tables this works for, some it doesn't, so don't like try it without testing it. Like, just take this while it's still hot and put like a little drop, like a little puddle onto your table and let it cool. Then pull it off to see if it works for your table. That way you don't ruin your table if it doesn't. And then let it cool for like an hour and go back and pull it off. And then you can throw away all those old scraps because you can't really use them. Like, it's gonna make a really ugly color. There's my old scraps. I did it on top of my microwave. Apparently it didn't work because it's metal, painted metal. So it like ripped all the paint off the microwave. But yeah, it's fine. It's old and ugly anyway. But there are the baits. There's earlier's baits. So I'll lay those out at the end of the video, display them pretty good. And that will be it for this one. I'll catch you on the next one, and my email will pop up on the screen right about now.